Okay, welcome to episode 13 of the Learning React in 2021 series. Now this one's going to be a pretty quick one. We're going to talk about the difference between BrowserRouter and HashRouter and why you would care. So BrowserRouter works great in that when we're in here we can click on different links. Now I don't have it running right now, so let's do our yarn start to have this up and running. While this is running, what we can do is we can click on different links. As soon as this is up and running, there we go. So I can click on films, I can click on people, planets, and it's changing the URL. So it's localhost 3000/planets. It looks like it is pointing at different folders. And if I was to take this and put this on another web server somewhere, that's exactly what the server would be trying to do. It would be looking in those places for folders. Folder called planets, and inside that a file called index.html. Well, with React, we're dealing with a single page application. We don't actually have folders and files like that. It's all really one HTML file that's been rendered, and JavaScript is controlling the routing and what components are being shown and hidden or removed and remounted. So, with BrowserRouter, everything's running absolutely fine. We've got the slash and then whatever the name of the component is, that's working great. But the reason that it's working is that we've got an actual node server that's running and rendering this. And it's just got one endpoint, and it's taking all the routes through that one endpoint. With the build version, when I do my production build, and then I run the npm or npx serve to run, again, it's a node server that's running and it's serving everything. So that's what's controlling the routing. If I wanted to take my site and put it up on GitHub and use GitHub pages, I'm going to run into a problem. It's not going to have those folders. So I need a different way of doing this. I need a different way of displaying these things. Instead of /planets, we want to do something like this. Say, well, we're at the root. We're going to serve up index.html. And then I can put a hashtag, or a hashtag and an exclamation, or a hash and a slash, or hash exclamation mark slash planets. Something like this. Something that starts with the hashtag symbol. That means we're talking about an ID somewhere on the page, or at least that's how the browser interprets it, is you're looking for an ID that's somewhere on the page. The history API, that's part of HTML5, is capable of taking this value and then actually changing what's going on in the page, and you can use JavaScript to intercept that. I've done a couple videos on history API before. But this is what we want to do when we're putting this up on a server that doesn't have server-side routing like with Node. So, to switch it over so that it will run in places like that, all we have to do is bring in, instead of BrowserRouter, I'm going to leave both here for the moment, HashRouter. This one is going to, instead of using just /planets, it's going to change things. So if I have HashRouter, I can say what kind of hash do I want to do, and that's the hash type property. And there's my options. Hashbang, no slash, or slash. And I'll put hashbang for now. Slash is the default. So we've got the default one, which is slash. So my route would be that, or planets. And it's going to have the hashtag like this. So here's the root, and then hashtag followed by a slash. That's what we get. For no slash, it's not removing the one that you would get for the root. What it's saying is this is going to be the root, or planets would look like this. And then for hashbang, we're going to have hashbang this, or hashbang this, and then planets. So different ways of rendering it, but it's all doing the same thing. And if I look to what I'm going to be writing inside my link or my lav link elements, if I look at what I'm going to be getting back when I use the use location, it's still going to be the same thing. It's going to be this part of it. It's whatever comes after the hash or the hash bang. It understands what it's supposed to be returning. It's going to be this part of it. So regardless of the style that I'm doing here, it's not going to affect the end use of this. So when I save that with hash type, come in here. Now let's go back and just refresh. Don't know how well you can see, but I have here /bang. Let me see if I can put this in the console. Zoom in a little bit for you. So this is what I've got right now. This is where I am with #bang, #bang/. So I'm on the root. When I go to people, what I'm going to have down here instead of that, it's #bang/people. If I delve down inside of one of those, I've got #bang/people/3. So all the functionality on my site is still working the exact same. But by doing this, by switching it to HashRouter, it means that I am using the history API. I'm not dependent on server-side routing. Now, we're not using BrowserRouter. That's absolutely fine. I can leave it in there, or let's remove it and put it in a comment just like that. So HashRouter is what we're using. I've set up hash type. There is another option in here that we can set base name. I could do something like that. Adding a base name, I'm saying this is going to be part of my route. So when I come back here, if I hit refresh and load this up again, there it is. Something/films, something/people, something/planets. So it's adding this at the very beginning of the route, after the #bang part, or after the hash part, or the #/ part, whatever it is that I'm using. It's injecting that base name inside there for me. But it doesn't affect any of the functionality. Everything that we did already in the site still works. It's just a way of rendering it to make it look like something else is going on. So I will just remove that part. I don't need it. I'm not using it. But just to say that that is an option, there we have it. And that's it. That is HashRouter. That's the only difference really between HashRouter and BrowserRouter, is how it's displayed up in the location bar. All the internal stuff, everything through your routes, through your links, your nav links, all the routing that you're going to do is still going to work the exact same way with the exact same code. You don't have to worry about how this is being displayed. That's sort of just a detail, and it's going to change the way the browser will deal with your code a little bit, but not in a way that's going to negatively impact what you've written with React. All right, so that's it. Hope that helps you out. This is episode 13, so the link down in the description will be to the episode 13 branch of the GitHub repo. And as always, thanks for watching.